around the edges for FaZe, even sort of struggled against Wildcard, maybe more than they should have. Won some important low econ rounds towards the end of the game that turned the tide. But yeah, for FaZe, I am a little concerned right now. I think we all are. I think many people are wondering if we'll see this roster again going into next year, and right now remains to be seen. Right now, we can't say anything confidently, except that MOUZ are looking like the better roster. So let's see if they can show up and prove it against the team that was so often referred to as their big brother in FaZe. We're getting into Inferno, folks. BO1. Let's start this stuff.
Oh, and it's a dominant start in the pistol. Brolin and Exertion lock FaZe out of this first round. I mean, this should already be over.
Yep.
And, you know, obviously one of the things that's always been so sick about this rivalry isn't just the recent history of Frozen, you know, departing this MOUZ squad to join up with FaZe. There's a lot of links between FaZe Clan and the MOUZ organization, going far deeper than just Frozen. This is obviously where Rops and Carrigan linked up for the first time after Carrigan's kick from the FaZe Clan squad all the way back when, you know, Nico was found here. That was also where they first linked up with Frozen initially. And in the beginning, it was just Rops siphoned away from these ranks, and then over time, Frozen would then later link back up with them again. So these are squads that are super familiar. Even thinking back to the early years of Carrigan's career, this was one of the first teams to give him a chance in MOUZ. So you're not shy on history to talk about.
Right now, FaZe want to forget all that history, Harry. It's all about the present as they try and rewrite the ship. Hole in the hull for FaZe Clan. They go for the force buy.
Flash out in the top middle. Up through short they go. Shui gonna open. Carrigan double up, but there's Jimmy dropping pit. Oh, clean stuff. Yimpat getting run at by Frozen, but he's had to slow his roll. He's paranoid about the push through Moto. Finally gets past Jimmy. But there's Exertion swinging through.
T for Frozen hits that headshot there. MOUZ kind of let him die. They could have come through and helped out. Don't know what Jimmy's coming in that moment. I'd be screaming for assistance. MOUZ 2-0, stop that FaZe force in its tracks with a big triple from Jimpat. Carrigan's actually had a string of great games individually, especially the RMR. Had a couple of pop-off maps. It's always nice to see. It's brought Rops and AK in this round, trying to keep the pressure on. More than win the round, you just want MOUZ to not build up economy on this CT side. So the AK is a nice added bit of pressure. There is a missed smoke there from MOUZ, but it's okay. FaZe playing very slowly. Have one smoke, no flash. And MOUZ a full banana control as well. Exertion looking for entries. Brolin playing off of him. Here come the Glock train. AK put to use. Brolin wants nothing to do with that. Nose dying there, concedes to sight entirely. So he retreats, calls for support. Smoke comes in. FaZe is still gonna look to commit into a 5v1. They are getting trapped right now. Shui closing the gap.
Oh! That's a crazy clear out of Rops.
Do they really want to go though? Because they might feel like MOUZ.
I think after you see that kill, no. Crazy awareness. Rops has opened up a back door. It's just Yimmy left to get past, holds the line. Jimmy P down to the pistol, but Brokey's gonna run him down. Plant found for FaZe Clan. A hero gun on Rops, put to work.
What they're doing in the post plant, and let it get weird with it, maybe do a double pit. One player fight, the other hide. They could face together. They've separated sides to avoid utility. MOUZ moving in very slowly here. They don't have a kit right now. This is concerning for MOUZ. Need to get a move on. Tick-tock goes that clock. They're not peeking. FaZe aren't giving it up. I think they've won this full eco with a hero rifle. And there's nothing MOUZ can do about it but get exits. Unbelievable round for Rops. Clearing that underpass player. My God.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Shui thought he had them. He thought he had them in a box. Like, just him being there gets so much info, allows that stack. Rops with the awareness to drop down and check it. Shutting down the aggro push on the SMG. Absolute madness. I mean, you know, that's a promising sign if Rops is going to play like that.
Yeah. Had to.
Something else that's exciting in this is that, you know, Frozen usually does well in this matchup. Even while they've been losing, Frozen is still usually playing good. And you imagine that's him fired up, playing versus his former team. Here he is on the board in this round, finds that opener, Brolin, snuffed out. Carrigan jumping Mac 10, trying to get stylish with it. Frozen's very low. That molly could wreck him. Oh, it's one little tag, brings him down that much lower, but it's still more from Frozen. Gonna lend a bit of time to Rops over in the apartments. But I mean, I think at this point for FaZe, you found 3 kills over at the top of Banana. Maybe you're worried about a stack here. They're just going to go back and regroup 3 players over towards B.
The longer this goes, though, the more MOUZ think like they would have planted B by now. Maybe they're coming back. Instead, it's just FaZe waiting for Rops to regroup. So I don't think MOUZ are going to hurry any kind of rotation in this 2v3. Starting to move over now is Torshi. But they have CT smoke. They have everything they need to win this round. Torshi could spam Frozen. That's the one way this can go wrong right now. But the bomb's given over, Frozen remains. And FaZe, I mean, they're playing this to the wire, 20 seconds. They don't even know if B is clear entirely. They've got to manually figure that out. Spam is good info.
I like that Frozen never crossed in either, right? Never took the risk of offering up a 2v2. Oh, but Rain does!
Oh dear.
Oh God! Now Frozen is wounded, waiting at the back of Banana. Suddenly Rops is the guy carrying a lot of the pressure here. MOUZ have been gifted a reason to go for this. Smoke in at the top of Banana. Flashes to follow. Frozen's going to try play through this while Rops takes contact back at the site. And knocking out Torshi. The one who got the ball rolling on this retake. The one that got MOUZ interested is enough.
Rops is looking good.
Attempt it.
Oh! He is hitting right now. One thing to do on the hero rifle round, but just swinging out in the post spot, high risk play, hits the immediate kill. Frozen and Rops performing in this 1-1 game right now is a great sign for FaZe. We needed heroes, we're getting them. Broken MOUZ completely. All off the back of a little Glock round for FaZe. No stack is going to stop this. Carrigan getting to chase B with his Mag 10. Figure out what's going on.
There's a flash and exertion. They're going to try and peek on the back of it. Carrigan, his signature move, the jumping Mac 10, does a lot of damage. Despite being fully blind, and so that attempt to kind of get cheeky with the pistols does not work for MOUZ.
MOUZ feel like the FaZe have called their gamble, and so they're rotating out. Little do they know, It's FaZe ready to recommit. Rob's out mid. Just going to see this be executed again. Slow and steady for FaZe. Not wanting to make a mistake here. Jimmy somehow hidden out behind this pillar. Hello. There it is.
How does he keep doing it? Another jumping Mac 10 from Carrigan.
Rob's behind exertion somehow. So saving USPs. Fun. FaZe 3-2. Full control right now. Gun round coming in. But FaZe liking the eye test to begin this game.
I mean, even though this is a long-standing rivalry between these two teams, it's Inferno as the map choice is kind of interesting, right? Like, not one that cropped up a lot in the series that would be played between these squads over the last year or so. This is a very recent addition. We last saw this map go down recently, admittedly, back at last World Final. There it was a OT win to MOUZ. But other than that, it's not really been a part of these head-to-heads. And when we saw it go down a blast, it was FaZe's pick in that series. So they're probably feeling happy that it's been selected as the map for this BO1. Rob's aggressive lurk in through the apartments. The rest of FaZe slip out through this top mid smoke alongside him. Good flash, Shui blind, captains clash, and Carrigan comes out ahead. That's a fast wrap around alongside. Carrigan still taking heads off. Jimmy wrecked, and Rain finds Torshi.
Carrigan just spammed him as well, which not only put him low, it gave so much info to FaZe, so they can just hear the tags, they run up lane, they find him. I do love watching Carrigan on this map when he's feeling it, because when he gets that entry, he'll just go. He will always commit. And FaZe are such a good trade team when they're on it. You have two very heavy hitters in Carrigan and Rain at the front of the pack right now. Give Rain his time to warm up. This can be a brutal T-side for FaZe Clan. Fantastic shooting for Carrigan. Just immediately spam Torshi out with no info. And if you're MOUZ right now, you feel like FaZe have your number, you might feel the need to play a little bit more aggressively, do some setups in middle.
I do feel like MOUZ are giving FaZe a fair deal of respect here.
Playing quite safe. And that doesn't feel like MOUZ need to do that with rifle as they have.
It used to be fair enough when this was such a dominant series for FaZe Clan, when they were on that 7-win streak in a row.
Like, Shui just tried to run away with his knife out from Robs. I know it's Robs. It's not known to hunt you, but you have a 5-7. Just got to fight him. Hope for the best. FaZe are playing with confidence right now. That can go a long way. FaZe will tell you that every day. I
mean, the order seems to be, look, if you've played on the MOUZ squad, this is This is our time to flex on them because it's all these former MOUZ members looking good for FaZe Clan, Carrigan included. Rain and Brokey just kind of chilling right now, haven't really been required.
Really reassuring game for FaZe. So hard to tell their form, so hard to guess their placing at an event coming in, but this is relieving. On a map that MOUZ are more than capable on, more than experienced on, have beat some of the best teams in the world on, beat FaZe on. They took down Na'Vi 13-7 in the RMR here. FaZe are just swinging through him. There's something more aggressive. Smoke on the molly. Orb gets boosted up. Torchy blinded though. Still going to be exertion. Spamming Carrigan through the smoke. So MOUZ get their flowers. 5-on-4 for once. Robs.
Ooh, that's an awkward misnade for Jimmy. Torchy gonna get smoked off back in library, has to play through it. FaZe with all this control over the top of mid. He smokes it down over at long, but it's feeling like FaZe just want to explode out short. They've got Robs moving in through the apartments. Motor Smoke getting lobbed in, trying to negate this Torchy AWP. Now they make their move. Torchy still strikes with the orb. Good for one. Shui and Jimmy have this crossfire set up, but Shui gets bested right away, and it's just one from the impact. Brokey with the plant. Left up in this 1v2.
This is a classic Brokey round, and he's gotten out in time.
It hasn't been a requirement for FaZe Clan on their run to the 5-2 lead. This is his time to deliver. Gets aggressive in through the apartments. He hasn't heard anything up through middle, and so at this point should be anticipating the double retake through Moto. Brokey tries to swing out wide, but Exertion gets the better of him, and that's a promising sign, at least a big 3K from Exertion. It was him with the smoke break over on long, and he's able to ice out Brokey in that clutch.
Hurts for Brokey, who played it almost to the extremity of the time, but then just goes for a fight, tries to pick one player off before they tap, and Exertion gets a nasty peek into apartments. Brokey plays a bit safer, maybe he has more chance, but Brokey not known for playing the safest. MOUZ get in with the round in a buy. Torchy, a huge part of that as well. Puts his all back to middle. Oh, surprise, Carrigan's still alive. And Frozen's barely living, tucked in at the tree. Torchy even bringing his orb to the B site. A good nade could finish Frozen here. Robs has been very active on these lurks, looking for opening kills. Not playing super passive. Had a try there, but Jimmy won't give it over and Robs resets. MOUZ playing very standard right now, just smoke ready on Torchy's shot on the B site, and got a bait set up on long as well. Again, a passive round for MOUZ. Will FaZe find their way in?
More of this attempt to take long away, but this time Shui's in a great spot to deny it. Puts a stop to the push. Ooh, Robs hears the rotates. Knows he's got a bit of room here. Shui going through that smoke. What? How does Shui win that? And now Torchy's orb, open real estate, triple lean over towards B from the MOUZ squad. They finally pieced this one together and look to break back into this game. FaZe had all the momentum. But MOUZ are now starting to chip away at that. I don't know how Shui won that fight on long. Walking through the smoke into Rops waiting. Those are the exact fights that Rops is waiting for.
Rops made one step, which made Shui slow down. And I guess he was a little bit more aware. But yeah, that's still a crazy fight to lose. You have the smoke advantage. Shui comes out behind it. Very awkward round for FaZe, and they don't get a CT smoke in either, so those rotations from MOUZ, those players play with the AWP, rolling deep as well, able to shoot through the open sight line. Just a bit more of a messier look for FaZe when plan A goes wrong, plan B, not much better. Carrigan again, fast routing, he'll meet them there. Exertion's so blind, but he survives.
Oh, he can't see a thing.
He finds it, but good grenades from MOUZ. They do 3 HEs down Banana.
That nade falls just short. If it had gone a little bit further, Frozen would have been knocked out of the round. And so given a second chance here is Frozen. Rops has left the apartments. It looks like FaZe want to follow through on this B Banana control that they've been able to scrap for early on. I mean, you've seen a lot of util come down Banana, right? You're anticipating there's not a lot left to defend this B site with, and they're right in that. 2 Molotovs here, 1 smoke on Shui. And so you can take the pace out of this round a little bit if you're MOUZ. That 1 smoke is kind of your golden ticket, and FaZe are going to do everything they can to force it out of you. There it is, getting dropped in. FaZe have just lobbed in their full exec. They break the smoke. Brolin burns in the Molotov. Fully out of the round, just to that molly down on Coffin. Shui overran. Plant in, 3v2, just don't give anything away. And you should be right as rain.
Oh, a little deep on the nade. It looked good. There's a second one. Can't catch a kill from it. And Jimpat, if it doesn't present, you might have to abandon this round. MOUZ have money either way. There's nothing they can do about a man disadvantage post-plant on B. Rops with immense impact in this map so far. Looks like just a different player to the guy we've been seeing these last few months, going for way more openers. At the forefront of apartments. Trading out on this B hit.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a series of issues for FaZe, but you feel like a lot of it started with the kind of confidence issues cropping up for Rops, right? And don't get me wrong, I know there's been other things around that, right? Brokey's dropping form. He was always a massive part of these runs into finals for this team. But you feel like a lot of it can be traced back to when you started to see Rops, you know, coming out in interviews saying stuff like, you know, oh, I'm not a Zywo, I'm not a Donk, I'm not a Nico. Yeah. And it's like, I don't like him talking like that for how talented this player is. And so if he is able to find his voice again and, you know, bring some of these powerful, impactful performances you know Rops is capable of.
Yeah, he's won this team trophies.
That just gives FaZe so much more to fight with. So much more reason to fight. Rops is the guy who could just win you around from nowhere, where sure, maybe he's found his way into like a 1v3, but my God, would you be believing the entire time?
He's already done that in this game on that full eco with a 1 AK. FaZe staring down the barrel of an 8-round T side if they can win this gun round. Double app setup though, and Rops, most passive round starter yet. 1 minute on the clock, he still waits stairs. FaZe put the pressure on middle. And MOUZ are kind of in the dark. They've got the long smoke, they've got no info, so they have to pull apart this setup and put Torshi in mid. They don't know how far FaZe are getting. Now Rob starts to take space. FaZe have set him up to do so. Deep app smoke, Rob scales. FaZe come through the long side. Oh, a spot on Shui. He has got no flash right now. Can anyone set him up? There's one. Rain nails it though. Robs, here's the nades. He goes through the smoke. Aggressive move for Robs. Almost punishes Jimmy, falling out of the apps. It's only Torshi right now, stuck out on an island, and Robs has found his teammate. Perfect entries for FaZe as Karrigan wraps alongside. And that is what we like to see. That round set up so well by FaZe. They remove the info on mid, they give Rops room to lurk, and then Karrigan again just quick grabs long off the entry. Rain and Karrigan on this 1-2 entry punch are causing MOUZ a lot of problems. Everyone needs this gun, everyone else can buy but him. FaZe may as well commit.
Oh, they really want it gone. They really want this gun removed. Frozen makes it happen. FaZe, this is a very convincing T-side put forward. They successfully, came through with the kind of momentum breaking round in the last, right as MOUZ has started to streak 2 of their own together. FaZe immediately respond, looking for 3 straight to close out this first half. Touched upon how Inferno hasn't been a frequent map in this head-to-head between these teams. Only really coming up the one time over, and that was back at the Blast World Final there. FaZe managed just 5 T rounds, ended up losing that narrowly in overtime. Well, this might be a runaway T-side by that metric. After the hunt, Brolin relegated to an SMG here. Robs flashed in for a top mid peak. What a time for Robs to find his form again.
3-0 on opening duels right now. 4 multi-kill rounds so far. Let's see if he can make it 5. Tremendous impact. Got lurk smoke out of apartments as well. Oh, wait. Oh, the nade almost blew the gun away. Meanwhile, Karrigan gets a double entry. Frozen gets his flowers, and FaZe find 8 rounds on the half. Beautiful game for FaZe right now. MOUZ are looking stunned, Harry. They're looking caught off guard. Where's this aggressive, confident MOUZ? Where are the banana retakes? Where's the utility? There's nothing to celebrate in this CT side for MOUZ. They are just getting trapped in a box.
I mean, if this is MOUZ now with a crisis of confidence, right as Rops has found a stellar return to form, that spells disaster for MOUZ.
Yeah, I feel like they're playing a phase they didn't expect to see, right? Like the way that Rops is being used and the success Karrigan, with all due respect, shouldn't be getting entries this clean with no flashes. Like the amount of rounds Karrigan has run around a corner and headshot a MOUZ player. And these are some of the best young riflers in the game right now, and they're getting destroyed by Karrigan. You got the most aggressive, the most passive player on that head-to-head. And Rops is 2-1 against him. He's yet to fail an opener. 13-5 at the end of the half.
I mean, that's the other thing that's felt so sick about this is the amount of times you see Rops on Inferno just kind of relegated up into the apartments.
Yeah.
Not really doing a hell of a lot, right? Like keeping pressure on, sure, but struggling to gain much space for his team or create many opportunities here. They've been teeing him up with flashes. They've been giving him util. They've been getting him involved early.
I really like that round where he just plays super late after being aggressive all half and FaZe take mid away, and then MOUZ pull apart that app setup. Here's the B hit for MOUZ. It's got to be explosive.
It's only Frozen here, right? They literally have one guy to get past. You just can't let Frozen slink out of there.
All nades and
they're going to try and hunt him down. They're going to try and hunt Frozen. And they will secure that opening kill. Karrigan moving in for a trade that he can't get. Molly in breaks the aggro in half at least, but it's not made life any easier for FaZe Clan. Rops has never left the apartments. He is already saving.
Very nice to see MOUZ take the Ruins control there. If they don't take it, then FaZe are poised for a retake. That's the call for Frozen. I have to live and give up the site. They had Molly Smoke, 2 flash kills. FaZe were ready to retake that B bomb site. They had an exec essentially, but as soon as Frozen dies, the round's lost because MOUZ have so much post-plant control. FaZe have to all retake CT. They don't even get that chance. They just get fought. Nice triple entry for Shui. Awkward for Frozen. They couldn't even live. And so MOUZ, game on. Pistol round puts them back in contention. And akin to the first half, FaZe force again.
Oh, you see that? Rops heard the one footstep over in the apartments. He was going to jump up balcony and immediately decides against it. Instead, they just deployed that smoke in. Instead, Rops looks to try and strike through the boiler while the rest of MOUZ tee themselves up for this B hit. Rops has found a golden timing, clearing the apartments now, and even a chance to come in on the backstab. FaZe now know it's the B play. They're bringing a third player over. Rops gets out with his 1 kill. MOUZ slowed down by the flashes. This one starts to taper off a little bit. They try to play through the smoke, but in doing so, it's right into Frozen. Just the one and done. Nice. One back from Brokey. As MOUZ keep this one even, Rops a long way away. Still in that A site. Only just beginning that rotate now. This is going to leave FaZe with very little time. For the time being, Rain is alone.
Yeah, I don't know about this one now for FaZe, with MOUZ actually trading out despite being 4v5 really well. Gonna need a Rain Deeg masterclass right here, right now. That smoke bounces very weirdly. That's unlucky. And both kills come in for Torshi. Man, it feels like smokes do just do that sometimes. They just bounce off of invisible surfaces and just flip the wrong way. Doesn't change the outcome of the round. But a nice recovery for MOUZ, who walked through a smoke into a B stack and still come back 4v5.
Very, very composed from Torshi. He was the savior of that round there.
Rain had a monster game yesterday. 25 and 8 against Wildcard.
Yeah, he was styling on them. But not seen here, not yet. Clean openers for Shui up through Banana. And that leaves it all on Rain. MOUZ are looking for this kill. They really don't need to, but they're going to get it anyway. A one-round game all of a sudden as MOUZ stick the landing on these conversions. Now we have the full buy coming out for FaZe. Brokey gets to don that AWP. Up until now, you know, Brokey's had a bit of a free pass. Him and Rain weren't really required in that first half. But here on the CT side, you're going to need to start seeing some output from that AWP.
I mean, this is where MOUZ do their best work. 60% T-round win percent on Inferno. Taking down Na'Vi, FaZe. Even Vitality here on this map in the last couple of months. So FaZe have got to stay sharp.
Once this MOUZ squad have really established them, the list of teams that have been able to beat them on this map is very limited, with the only like notable standout being Imperial. Oh, Frozen up and over. And deals with that threat at Banana cleanly. Rops has been waiting all game for them to finally hit this A site. Down in the pit now, he's in the right place to put a stop to it. Roland dead swinging first. He just saved Broky's life getting that kill. And that sends MOUZ away.
It's nowhere safe here. Frozen's walked down Banana the whole way. Torshi with a clean kill. He's ready for one more, just in case. And Rain decides against it. Smoke in the way. Oh, I'm scared for Rain, but he's able to slink back to the bomb side. They don't know if Jimpat's hit the timing in CT. He's waiting in middle. Roki moved back, hits the tag. Rops tries to bail him out. They know two players are here now. Jimpat finds out the hard way. Chase is good. Broky has to hit this follow-up shot. Rain is so far.
Reload's given a bit of extra time, but it's all Broky. Oh. Shot does not come through. Never even gets to fire off. Torshi with a mad opener.
No.
Volley misses. Rain needs this. A 1v2 goes the way of Torshi. He stands and delivers another important round one on the back of the Hungarian Orpa stepping up with the rifles. That kill on a Broky is maddening.
Oh, that's a disastrous round to lose for FaZe. 2-on-4, 1v2. And it's the two quiet players in this map for FaZe in that 2v1 who don't even get a shot off. Torshi, ice cold. And same for Broky and Rain.
Didn't celebrate after winning the last one versus the Pistols, but it is a roar of celebration now out of Torshi.
It's an impact round right there.
The first kill on a Rops when he picks up the trade, I guess it is like a 1v3 at the start, right? When he swings out and deals with Rops over on short. But the kill to Broky, Broky is holding the line. You feel like he never even sees Torshi in that P.
No time to react.
Don't get me wrong, Broky has not had really any impact here for FaZe, but in that one round, it's like it didn't even feel fair. Smoke blowing open, Rops plays through it, and he's crossed paths with Brolin. Collects a freebie. Rops has to do the heavy lifting. The moment he fell down in that last round, the round went with it, but spammed out by Shui.
Oh, FaZe just have to gamble, don't they? But they've read wrong. And MOUZ are just going to walk towards B. Teeing up a round win. And a lead taken back after an 8-4 first half for FaZe. It has not been enough. A MOUZ smoke, they missed it. They actually smoked themselves off. But they've heard nothing from FaZe, so they commit through anyway.
I mean, it's very rare you can point to one round so clearly as a changing of the tide in a game, but that Torshi 1v3 was very much it. MOUZ are already picking up steam after winning the pistol, sticking the landing on the conversions, but then he wins that as their first rifle round. And the whole nature of the game has changed.
Yeah, and MOUZ super confident after a half that looked like they were just lost and they weren't feeling it and no one wanted to make a play. They were getting run at by Carrigan. Rob's finding so much lurk value. And now everything changes. This unit of MOUZ nails FaZe to the wall. And the comeback is more than that right now. They're in the lead.
FaZe, this was a game you felt like you were running away with. Now it very quickly feels like you're running out of time. This is in spite of a really good game played from Rops and Frozen.
Brokey and Rain, I mean, they had their chance to shut down that clutch. Now they've got to make up for it here in this gun round. We got, lots of nades on Frozen. He's down to 5. He should be dead. There is a response onto Brolin in middle. Exertion. He should have this one. The molly is really good, and they actually don't want to commit through it. Look at the damage done. MOUZ have 3 players, low health. They're still going to commit.
Carrigan up top. Oh, attention drawn away. He was spotted. Shui trying to move in. Another jump shot from Carrigan. Holds the line. Brokey moves in. There's the helping hand from the Brokey orb. Carrigan relies on the Old Faithful. He's had 3 jump shots in this map so far. And it's just left onto Jimmy, bomb away from him, under full FaZe control.
That B hit is fair enough, though, for MOUZ. That's the worst part for it, right? Like, they get 3 really low players, they're grouped, they just decide, oh, I don't want to long out this round and get retaken, get hit with an HE or a molly late in the round. Let's just go. Let's just execute. And it's actually only Carrigan in the bomb site. It's only one guy with an MP9. But that's enough. Jump shot. Finish the job on these low players, and Brokey comes in off coffins with 2.
Yeah, they weren't the hardest shots ever for Brokey to hit, right? Everyone's so fixated on Carrigan that
they were enough.
Life is made very easy, but that has to be the 2K that gets Brokey a bit more switched online here. It was enough to win them the round. It's enough to keep the game tied. You want to see Brokey bring the heat now. Also, really good stuff from Frozen. The whole reason this is made easy for Carrigan is because of that earlier damage.
Always a crowd pleaser. 9 apiece. It's still far from over.
I just can't believe how many of Carrigan's kills have been in the air with an SMG.
Insane.
And already you see the confidence gain reflecting a little bit in how Brokey looked to attempt this round, but they've lost Frozen early on. Carrigan low on health as the nades rain in once more. He's going to get pressured here, top of Banana. Carrigan stakes his claim. Boost up, he was ready for it, but Torshi's quicker. An extra layer of defense looks to pad out this B site. It's Rain firmly sitting bottom of the board for FaZe Clan. After a real hot start in the wildcard game. Rain's calmed down. FaZe are just going to maintain this 1-2 split. They're hoping that MOUZ change their mind. Rain doesn't have any stopping util. That's going to be his problem here. No way to take the pace out. Rain's just got to do it with raw aim. Rob's moving over, 1 flash and pull. Gonna lob it high over the top, trying to tee up Rain. For these openers, been waiting for the rain round, and there it is. When it rains, it pours. MOUZ locked out of the B play. Nade goes in, and Robs is there to close.
It may have taken all game, but we get a Brokey round, we get a Rain round, and we get a couple more FaZe rounds to take the lead back in this match. That's money gone, that's lead taken, that's FaZe back in the picture. A huge comeback for MOUZ, and it may end in a sour note.
And this is why, like, these last 2 rounds have showcased why Brokey and Rain being so quiet felt like such a hole. You know what these guys are able to output. Well, the last 2, they've been turning point characters in this game, very late on. If Rain falls there with anything less accomplished, FaZe do not win that round. If Brokey doesn't connect the shot with the AWP in the one prior, Carrigan's double kill on the hold wouldn't matter. And that flash from Robs, a thing of beauty to support his teammate.
Yeah, just swings out through the smoke, plays it perfectly. Has to trade his teammate there. Oh, MOUZ actually invest. They put 2 guns in. Shui's dropped an AK over. Jimmy's bought his own. Oh, but just as Robs did on an eco round, Jimmy puts it to use. Robs thinks their money's low. He meets his maker. Brokey, again, got to be the redeemer here on middle. They're all out, they're contact, they're walking their way. Can they trade the kill? At worst case, Brokey can't escape, surely. 6 health the difference.
All right, look, Brokey and Rain have been saving graces in the last few rounds. They've got to do it again, though. These two players, bottom of the board, Frozen on the rotate over. It's just exertion left up against it all. And there's Rain swinging out from the pit, emboldened from that previous 3K. Another multi-kill round from Rain.
You just can't put FaZe down right when you're ready to give up on this goddamn team. They come up with this. Right when you're ready to ride off. Rain and Brokey. Impact rounds deep in the map.
He's doubled his kill count in the last 2 rounds. He had 5 kills. Now sitting on 10, up in the double digits for Rain.
And right when they need him as well. Solo anchoring a bomb site. Trading out on short there when Brokey did miss a shot.
It's what he's supposed to be. He's meant to be the big game player.
Great grenades.
Rain, after being in this team for forever, remember when they were heading into Antwerp, there was all these conversations swelling around Rain potentially being the problem, the guy that was looking like his time on the FaZe squad he'd been a part of for so long was coming to a close.
And what does he do?
Goes on to MVP, baby. Goes on to get that major trophy. And so Rain has had career recoveries. This is just a game one, and he's sticking the landing on that right now. MOUZ have teed up another one of these B plays, lurking the apartments, keeping the attention of Brokey and Rain fixated on this A site. Rob's there as well down in the pit. So this is a big test now for Carrigan and Frozen. 2 players that have been outputting for FaZe across this entire map. But this is their hardest task yet.
Smoke down, but Brokey doesn't buy it. He just full rotates. He's gonna give them a molly and fill that gap. 30 seconds.
That's actually pretty huge. Like him running over with the Molotov there. They still have this smoke. That smoke goes down now at the 30-second mark. MOUZ have to go through that. Now Jimmy saved a nade to pop this. So MOUZ can still hit the B site, but they use the nade spawn side. They're gonna wait this smoke out. They will have next to no time. They play right through it. Good. Frozen teed up with flashbangs. Carrigan is the one, though, to lay waste to MOUZ. And Brolin might have been able to thread the needle on this lurk, but it won't matter.
Oh my god, they're coming for the throw. Carrigan 3 kills on the spray down. Him and Frozen combined for all the glory in the B bomb site. It's not a one-man army. They both get damage off. They both do it dirty. What a spray for Carrigan. Fade away. And Brolin dies right before the round expires. They let MOUZ survive not. They get away with nothing. Yeah, that molly does make all the difference. Those last 2 bits of util break MOUZ's round, and then FaZe even flash CT pool. And now they're playing like the FaZe we know, running it down through the smoke. MOUZ meet them there.
Brokey Orp over in middle, flashed off the line. Takes the Deeg play into the apartments, goes looking for Jimmy, can't get past him. Rotate for Carrigan. Gonna get himself into library, maybe just in time here. They've crossed into the site. Don't underestimate the game that Carrigan's having right now. See, Frozen never even left though, and the smoke at Moto will seal the deal. FaZe's eagerness finally costs them something. It's runway they have, right? They have 3 chances to close this game out. They try an explosive push to get it over the line. I think you just see them go back to something more standard here in the next. They've got the money to make that risk happen, and I don't hate it. I think if MOUZ don't run through that mid-smoke, FaZe probably get way more done. They'll have deep positions. They can trade out that ult mid play. I'm glad that FaZe feel like they can get away with that, even if MOUZ give them a reality check. Terrorists win. So, we play on. I mean, in a crazy rivalry between FaZe and MOUZ, a series you saw come up in favor of FaZe 7 times over, only to be broken by MOUZ earlier this year. First back in Rio, then again at the Blast World Final. They're looking for a comeback to keep that streak, that 3-game winning streak for MOUZ in check. For FaZe, they want to reignite their side of the rivalry. They want to be the ones breaking through MOUZ for a change in an all-important 1-1 matchup. Both these squads pegged as teams you would expect to see in those playoffs. But coming into this, I think MOUZ were the favorites.
Yeah.
Both in terms of recent history and form.
Yeah, 100%.
And FaZe have opened this round in a 5v4.
Oh, Brokey, he really has had trouble. Robs drops off Balk. Robs v Jimpat, a fun fight, but Brokey's going to make it a little bit more one-sided. Moving in, we got 3 players towards the site right now. Mid conceded entirely. MOUZ going to go for a lane pop. This is scary. Rain gets that spot. A lot of damage both ways. Shui with a good nade. They might just want to bail. It feels too claustrophobic for MOUZ.
Yeah, you don't like what you've seen there, right? You get blocked in the apartments. You've seen players dueling you now from down on the pit side. You're worried about a heavy lean over towards this A site, and they're right in that fact. The MOUZ go back and explore other options. Brolin, last time they went for the B hit, was able to get this space over at long.
Carrigan's got such a good position right now.
I mean, Carrigan is close to topping the board. Brolin, here's the call of the crowd. It brings him forward right into Carrigan's crosshair.
They're in trouble.
And now they left with this desperate B play. Frozen, former teammate of the MOUZ squad, is the one to shut them down and send them 1 and 2. FaZe reignite the rivalry, baby, as MOUZ mopped up. And what a recovery across this series from Rain and Brokey, both having their moments down the stretch. This one